In my short but sweet guard passing video that I made, I had some people ask why I was turning so much when I opened the guard from the knees. This video explains my small concepts I use to open the guard while I'm on my knees. This video is meant to target beginner grapplers, but may help experienced grapplers get a different perspective. I use this guard break with high success when using the steps in the order explained. If you have any questions, just ask. My approach used to be different in the past, but I have evolved. When I first learned opening the guard from the knees, I learned to put my knee under first. I do not do this anymore, and I don't teach that way either. Many grapplers will have their own way of opening the guards from the knees that works for them. This is what has worked for me.
Now, when I'm inside my opponent's guard and I'm working to open up the guard from the knees, I want to make sure I'm sitting on my heels. If I'm not sitting on my heels, it's easier for my opponent to pull me forward. So Dave's going to pull me forward here. So it's very important that I sit on my heels. My base is going to be a lot better. Now if he goes to wiggle me and go to pull me forward, it's going to be harder for him to do it. So make sure you're nice and settled on your heels. The next thing that I like to do is I like to take my hand and I put it close to the sternum, right by the bottom of the sternum area here. And I'm making sure I'm putting a little bit of pressure. Then I take my elbow and I put it right on the inside of the knee. There's actually a notch right here. It's kind of like a pressure point. So when I find that area, it actually makes it uncomfortable for him and it hurts. It may take you a little time to find that area, but once you find it, it actually kind of feels like it fits in there. So practice finding that notch and it's going to make it a little bit easier. So I'm here, I'm in this position, my posture is up. The next thing that I like to do is I take my knee and I slide it out. Usually the knee that's on the same side of the elbow that's on the inner part of his knee. So I'm here like this, I slide my knee open and then I'm facing this direction here, okay? So if you come around here really quick. So I'm facing this direction, I'm pretty much perpendicular to my partner here. So Dave's facing this way and I'm facing this way. What this does is it puts my hip right on this his link here. You see how his ankles are linked together here? My hip is now cutting into this area and it's going to put more pressure into him and actually make it harder for him to hold me. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put my knee inside his butt and then do a shuffle. It's very common for people to put their knee underneath the butt first. I don't like doing that because when I do that, if I put the knee underneath the butt first here, it's easier for him to wiggle and start taking my base off. I'm sure a lot of beginners who do this and they put the knee underneath the butt first, they probably find that when a person shifts, they end up losing their balance. It's kind of like being on a tightrope. So I'm here, Dave has his closed guard, I have my posture, I put my hand in place, my elbow finds this notch, then I open up and I'm actually shifting, facing perpendicular. Then I put my knee underneath the butt and I do a shuffle. So I put the knee underneath the butt, I do a shuffle, and then I sink. Once I sink, it actually opens up the legs and makes it much easier. So when I do it here, and Dave has it, he's going to have his legs closed a little bit harder. I have this position here, my elbow goes inside, I open, I turn. So now when he goes to wiggle, it's harder. It's harder for him to wiggle. Now my knee is going to go underneath his butt, I'm going to do a shuffle. My hips shift back, cutting into this link, my elbow drops down, and then it opens up his leg. Here, from there. Then I would get into my combat base and I would start working my passes from there. So it's highly recommended that you open up your knee first. Get your position, open up your knee first. This knee is on the outside. If you come over here, this knee is still on the outside. I didn't move my knee underneath his butt yet. I'm here like this. So this knee does not go underneath his butt first. I open up first and then I put the knee under and I shuffle. So I can open up the legs from there. Even if the person has the legs locked really tight, it's a very, very effective way of opening up the guard from the knees.
Opening the guard from the knees is only one aspect. I highly recommend you also learn and practice opening the guard from your feet as well. This will move you up the experience ladder. Opening the guard from standing works well against people with tall legs and also against people with strong legs. As always, thank you for watching. Please just take a few seconds to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.